All right, everybody, today we're going to do the oil change on the mighty Burgman 400. This is a 2003 model, so this will be for 2003 to 2006. They made a little bit of a change in the where the oil plug was for the 2007 and going forward. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a couple of quarts of oil. I'm going to put links down in there for you if you want to be able to find this stuff. This is what the Suzuki recommends. It even has the Suzuki label on it. But this is the oil they recommend. So we got 2 quarts of that. Got the filter in here. You got a 17 millimeter wrench and an 8 millimeter socket. And this is to do the filter, which goes right here. And the wrench is for the plug, which is under there. And you got a little oil pan right here. So that'll go under there as well. That fits under there, or it goes under here actually. So we'll take care of that. But the first thing we want to do is we want to start it up for them. Just let it run for a minute. Just to warm up the oil, just a little hair, so it'll be more, pliable. So we'll just do that first. Now this bike has an automatic choke. It doesn't have a manual choke. It has an automatic choke. So you turn on the key, hold the brake in. I'm just going to let it run for a minute. Now the first thing you have to do is put it on the center stand. Okay, so it actually, to be 100% honest with you, that's the hardest thing there is to do. Putting this thing on. This thing is heavy. This thing is not some light little moped. This is a heavy bike. I think this thing goes over, I think it's about 450 pounds. Okay, so it's warmed up enough. So we're just going to cut the power right now and get to work. Okay, so we're going to get to work doing this. So the bolt is right there. Right there. There's the bolt you want to take off. And then here are the bolts for the oil filter. The oil filter goes behind here, and remember, you have to have the arrow up. Right there is the arrow. Alrighty, so you do want to keep some, paper towels and stuff with you when you're doing this kind of stuff. You just ran the bike, so the exhaust is hot, so you just want to be careful. And the reason you want to keep some paper towels, of course, on you is because of this. When you drop this plug out. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything on there, so it looks pretty decent. And you always want to recycle your oil. Just take it to one of them oil change places or whatever. You don't want to, dump this out in the backyard or nothing. I have one of those recycle things right there. Now the bike does have a few scuffs on it. You see there's a scuff there, there's a scuff there, there's a scuff there, and there's a little scuff there and right there where the guy dropped it. He said he did it. He said he put, with the tires are Pirellis, they're brand new Pirellis. He said he put on there and he took off and the tire kicked out on him and he dropped the bike. So, it goes. It is what it is. So, okay, so the bolt is all cleaned up. And when you put it back, I don't have a torque wrench, but when you do put the bolt back on, you have to 16 foot-pounds for that underneath and then 7 foot-pounds for these right here. I just do it by feel, by what it felt like when I was taking them off. So here we go with the filter. So we're going to remove that now. Now you just have to pay attention to what you're doing when you do the filter, of course. There's the bottom bolt. That's supposedly the long one. So we'll put that there. There's the top left. And there's the top right. And you can see we're oozing. All right, and there's the filter. There's the spring. So we want to clean all that up. The ring did not come off in here. The ring stayed on here, which we are going to peel that off, clean it, and reuse it, because it doesn't seem to be damaged at all. Now I'm going tomorrow to look at a Honda Navi 2023. They have a 23 one. Just trying to negotiate with these Honda people is sometimes a little bit shaky. Okay, so you just want to clean this thing up real good, you know. And don't forget the arrow goes up. Just put the ring back in. I'll just do that now, get it over with. We want to get the filter open, so we want this side, it goes in this way. The big hole goes in the back. The small hole goes in the front. And you just want to double check and make sure you got the right filter. So I'm going to take and measure, which it's perfect. You just don't want to put the wrong one in there, okay? So the small hole goes in the front, and the rear, the big hole goes in the back. So you just want to lay that in there and clean all that oil and stuff. But I am going to clean that thing out real good. Well, the oil is still gurgling. Now we're going to take off the cap. Now, when you check this oil, you want to take it off the center stand and hold it upright on the from the kickstand. And you don't want to screw this all in to check the oil. You just set it in there, and when it hits the threads, you pull back. That's how you do it. Alright, so I think that's clean enough. Put the filter back on. You put the big in the back, the big end. That's it right there. You put on the cap, which we know the arrow goes up. And we got the long bolt on the bottom. Centers it, I believe. Now this cover, it's not plastic. It's some kind of die casts. It's not like an iron or steel either. It's some kind of die cast stuff. That's going to be my guess. Yeah, don't over tighten these. You don't want to strip those suckers. Okay, so that exactly right. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Well, the bolt was very clean. Okay, so I didn't see any metal shavings or anything like that on that. Okay, got that on there, and that's about it. It takes, what does it say on there? 1900 milliliters. 1900 milliliters will be just a little hair over 2 quarts. So I'll have to add another little hair of oil, which I don't have, but I'll have to run to the store and get it. But you see that's what it is, because it tells you right here. how much capacity the oil is. Okay, after you get it all changed and all put back together and the oil put in, now you want to come over here and start it for a minute and take it off the center stand. Let's start it up for a minute. Make sure it ain't dripping. Now it's off the center stand. Now we can go riding, but we're not going to. I'm going to shut it off. We're going to let the oil drain down a little hair for a minute. Now don't let your first impression of taking this out of here cloud your judgment. You have to set it up on here right. Okay, so the way you check it is that you center the bike, which I'm going to do now, so it's there in the middle, and then you just close the, or put the cap in until it hits the threads. And right there you see it, it's going up there to the, right there, it's in the safe zone. Which it'll probably go a little higher once it comes, more oil comes down. So yeah, okay, so it's in the safe zone, but it just needs a little hair more, which no big deal. I can still ride it like that. I'll just order me another quart, and when it comes in I'll put it in. So yeah, good stuff. Now it's actually coming up more now that the longer it's sitting, the more it's coming up. You see, now it's all the way up to here. So yeah, looks good. I'll still get another quart and just top it off, just a little hair. But it's safe to ride. But anyway, I'm going to go look at a Navi tomorrow. It's just these motorcycle dealers, man. Negotiating with these people is just, it's kind of sucky. You know what I mean? It's kind of a pain in the ass. But that's the way it goes, right? Alright guys, have a nice day, man. I'll talk to you later.